Hello, my name is Bláithín Brady and I'm from Ursuline College, Sligo. My project, Chromatic Waves, is an investigation into the use of white, pink and brown noise to alter brainwaves. As you can see on your screen here, we have our 5 most prominent brainwaves. The delta wave can be seen at its highest intensity level during periods of deep relaxation and sleep. That is why I chose to investigate the delta wave activity. To be able to measure this level of activity, I needed an apparatus that had the ability to record EEG data. That was why I chose the Muse 2 headband. This is an example plot from one of my experiments, and on the y-axis we have the intensity level of the delta wave, and on the x-axis we have time in seconds. For the first 30 seconds, I allowed for silence where the students weren't listening to any of the applied noises. That was then followed by a minute of white noise, a minute of pink noise, and a minute of brown noise. I allowed for this 30 seconds of silence because I wanted to be able to calculate the student's mean resting level of activity in the delta wave. Once I had gathered up all of my data, I needed a way to be able to compare all of my data and analyse it. One of my mentors recommended to me that I should use standard deviations and z-scores to do so. I used Jupyter Books and Python to do so. If I told you that the mean height in Ireland was 6 foot, and that the standard deviation was 2 inches, and that your z-score was +2, that would mean that your height is 6 foot 2. If I told you that your z-score is -2, that would mean that your height is 5 foot 10. Once I had analysed all of my data and gathered all of my z-scores, none of my z-scores reached an increase or decrease of 2 standard deviations. In science, for something to be considered significant, it needs an increase or a decrease of 2 standard deviations. This is because 1 standard deviation is equal to 68% of the data. 2 standard deviations is equal to 99% of the data. So, from my results, I was able to conclude that there was no significant change in the delta wave activity when I applied these noises. Thanks so much for listening.